Hello and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and joining me is Matt. We're covering a wide range of stories today, from politics to entertainment and more.
That's right, Dana. We've got a packed show for you, so let's dive right in.
The U.S. has paused visa appointments globally as part of President Donald Trump's broader immigration crackdown. According to reports, this move is aimed at conducting staff training on stricter applicant screening.
That's a significant development. How does this pause affect applicants who already had scheduled interviews?
The reporting indicates that those applicants have had their interviews canceled without a clear timeline for resumption. This adds to the uncertainty for immigrant visa seekers worldwide.
So what's the rationale behind this global training program for consular officers?
The Trump administration is intensifying immigration screening, and this training is part of that effort. It's aimed at strengthening the vetting process for visa applicants and green card seekers.
This move seems to be part of a larger trend under the Trump administration. Have there been any reactions from the public or other governments?
While specific reactions aren't detailed in the reports, it's likely that this will have significant implications for those waiting for visa appointments. The lack of a timeline for resumption is particularly concerning.
Let's move on to another story.
In Alaska, a Republican candidate named Dan J. Sullivan has advanced to the general election for the U.S. Senate. Interestingly, he shares the same name as the incumbent senator, Dan Sullivan.
That's quite a coincidence. How might this affect the election, especially with Alaska's ranked choice voting system?
The article mentions that this adds a twist to the race. With ranked choice voting, voters rank candidates in order of preference. This could potentially impact the outcome, especially if voters are confused between the two candidates with the same name.
It's worth noting that this is one of the most closely watched races in the country this fall. Do we know anything about the candidate Dan J. Sullivan's platform, or how he differs from the incumbent?
The reports don't go into detail about his platform, but it's clear that the name similarity is a significant factor. We'll likely see more on this as the general election approaches.
Let's switch gears to another story.
President Trump has floated the idea of renaming Lake Ontario to Lake America amid escalating trade tensions with Canada. Canadians have quickly rejected the suggestion.
That must have been a surprising move. What's the historical context around Lake Ontario's name?
The name Lake Ontario predates both the U.S. and Canada, so it's not a recent naming. Trump's suggestion seems to be more of a symbolic gesture related to the trade disputes.
The trade tensions between the U.S. and Canada have been significant, with reciprocal tariffs imposed. Do you think this renaming suggestion is just a rhetorical move?
It appears so. The reports suggest that Canadians see it as empty rhetoric, and there's no indication that the name change is being seriously considered.
Let's move on to another political story.
Democratic-controlled states have filed a new lawsuit to block President Trump's executive order aimed at limiting mail voting in the upcoming midterm elections.
This is not the first time they've challenged Trump's actions on voting. What's the specific issue with Trump's order this time?
The order seeks to limit mail voting, which the Democratic states argue will disenfranchise voters. They're suing the U.S. Postal Service over this issue.
Mail voting has been a contentious issue, especially during the pandemic. Do we know how many states are involved in this lawsuit?
About 25 Democratic-controlled states are part of the litigation, indicating a significant pushback against Trump's order.
Let's shift to a different category.
Meta has agreed to a $17 billion settlement with states over allegations that its platforms, Facebook and Instagram, are addictive to teenagers.
That's a massive settlement. What are the key terms of the agreement besides the financial payment?
Meta is also required to implement stronger child safety measures on its platforms. This includes changes aimed at reducing the platform's addictiveness.
The reporting mentions that 47 states were involved in the claims. How does this settlement impact Meta's operations going forward?
The settlement requires Meta to make significant changes to how it handles user data and safety, particularly for minors. This could have long-term implications for the company's policies and practices.
Let's discuss another economy-related story.
Deloitte has agreed to pay $21.5 million to settle a Department of Justice probe over its diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. This comes after the Trump administration cracked down on such practices.
That's an interesting development. What were the specific issues with Deloitte's DEI practices that the DOJ investigated?
The reports don't go into the specifics, but it's clear that the Trump administration was scrutinizing DEI efforts. Deloitte denied any discriminatory practices but agreed to the settlement.
Let's move to another business story.
Bath & Body Works reported its quarterly earnings, beating analyst expectations by $0.38 per share. The company's net sales were $1.51 billion, down 2.3% year-over-year.
Despite the sales dip, the company still managed to exceed expectations. What's the outlook for the rest of the year?
The company raised its full-year earnings guidance, indicating a positive outlook. However, the third-quarter guidance disappointed analysts.
Let's discuss a tech story.
Huawei and HP have signed a multi-year cross-license agreement covering Wi-Fi technology patents, including the latest Wi-Fi 7 standard.
That's a significant deal. What are the implications of this agreement for both companies?
The agreement gives both Huawei and HP access to each other's Wi-Fi patents, potentially easing patent disputes and allowing for more collaborative innovation.
Let's move to sports news.
Benedict Mathurin has agreed to a 2-year, $16 million contract with the New Orleans Pelicans. The deal includes a player option for the second year.
Mathurin had a career-high 17.6 points per game last season. How does this signing impact the Pelicans' roster?
The Pelicans are adding another scoring option, which should strengthen their lineup. Mathurin's versatility as a wing player is a valuable asset.
Let's discuss another sports story.
A new study found that at least 25% of former NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021 had chronic traumatic encephalopathy, a degenerative brain disease.
That's a sobering statistic. What's the significance of this study in the context of NFL safety discussions?
The study highlights the ongoing risks associated with repeated head injuries in football. It adds to the growing body of evidence linking NFL play to long-term brain health issues.
Let's move to another sports story.
Olympic figure skating champion Elisa Liu is taking the 2026-27 season off after winning gold in Milan. She plans to return to competition in 2027.
Liu's decision to take a break is interesting. What are her reasons for stepping back from competition?
Liu wants to focus on refining her artistry and skills. She's certain about returning to the ice, indicating a planned break rather than a retirement.
Let's discuss an entertainment story.
Dolly Parton, the country music icon, has passed away at 80 after a brief battle with cancer. She leaves behind a legacy spanning over 6 decades.
Parton was known for her vibrant personality and contributions to music and literature. What's the reaction been like to her passing?
Tributes have been pouring in, highlighting her impact on country music and her philanthropic efforts, particularly through her Imagination Library.
Let's talk about another entertainment story.
Tim Curry, known for his iconic role in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, has died at 80. He had a diverse career despite health challenges.
Curry's role as Dr. Frankenfurter is legendary. How has his passing been received by fans and the entertainment industry?
Tributes have acknowledged his cultural impact and versatility as an actor. His role in Rocky Horror Picture Show remains a cultural touchstone.
Let's talk about another entertainment story.
Rupert Grint, known for playing Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter movies, will reprise his role on Broadway in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Fans are excited about Grint's return to the role. What can audiences expect from the Broadway production?
The reports don't go into detail, but Grint's return is likely to bring a new dynamic to the stage production, given his original portrayal of Ron Weasley.
Let's move to another story.
Miley Cyrus has paid tribute to her godmother, Dolly Parton, after her passing. Cyrus described Parton as an angel in her life.
Cyrus and Parton had a close relationship. How did Parton's legacy impact Cyrus in her career?
Parton was a significant figure in Cyrus's life, and they've collaborated on various projects. Cyrus's tribute highlights the deep bond they shared.
Let's talk about another story related to Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton's Imagination Library has given out hundreds of millions of free books to children, promoting early childhood literacy.
That's a remarkable legacy. How has the Imagination Library impacted communities, especially in areas like San Antonio?
The library has spread across the U.S. and beyond, providing a free book a month to children from birth to age 5. It's had a significant impact on early literacy rates.
Let's move to a different category.
An inquest has been opened into the death of Jason Arday, a former Cambridge University professor who faced plagiarism allegations.
Arday was found dead in London. What's the current status of the inquest?
The inquest is ongoing, and the initial hearing has been reported. The circumstances around Arday's death are being investigated.
Let's discuss a final story.
A sudden flash flood in Nepal's Botek-Hoshi region may have been triggered by an ice or rock avalanche that blocked the Lende River.
The cause of the flood is still investigation. What are the possible factors being considered?
Besides the ice avalanche, a nearby earthquake and possible glacial events are also being investigated as potential triggers for the flood.
As we conclude today's briefing, it's clear we've covered a wide range of significant stories. Thank you, Dana, for walking us through these developments.
Thank you, Matt. It's been a pleasure discussing these stories with you.
Before we sign off, let's touch on one more story. Meta is reportedly set to pay up to $18 billion in a settlement with states over social media addiction claims.
That's right. The settlement is part of a larger effort to address concerns about social media's impact on young users. Meta is also implementing broad child safety reforms.
This concludes our briefing for today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Goodbye.